It is 6:14 right now. This week has been declared News Literacy Week. It's a collaboration between the nonpartisan News Literacy Project and the parent company of this television station, the EW Scripps Company. So for the past few months, Scripps television stations all across the country have been trying to educate young people about how to get smart about news. I figured the best way was to let high school students know more about what we do, was to show it how we do it and how to do it themselves. But they'd already made a lot of progress even before we got there. The Bluebirds at Kenwood High School in Essex have been busy.
As somebody that's taught high school kids for 15 plus years, I just feel like they have a lot of untold stories.
To get them told, English teacher Angela Glenn started the online newspaper Eye of the Bluebird as an after-school club. They produced about 40 stories in the 2018-19 school year. Now it's a real journalism class during school hours.
This year was our first year as a class, and we have put out probably about that many articles already for this year.
So when WMAR2 News and the News Literacy Project were looking for some students interested in journalism, we found them at Kenwood High School.
It's very important so you know what's real and what's not. Because if you're just believing the first thing you see constantly without like a good source, then you're just going to fall for anything.
And then we decided to produce a real news story together.
I learned how to be a good interviewer and how to not put my opinion in the interview as I ask the questions.
We even showed the students how easy it is to create a fake story.
I learned how to tell facts from fiction.
Look at the factual evidence instead of like opinions and comments online. Because, you know, a lot of people just go for, like, comments and believe what the comments are saying instead of actually reading the news story.
It is one group of students learning the basics for News Literacy Week.
It's taught me to just have, like, more of a clear head and not just be gullible to the first thing that you see.
But Angela Glenn says she hopes the program might show them how to become what she calls digital leaders, helping other students identify inaccurate stories. In the meantime, they'll keep breaking real ones on the Eye of the Bluebird.
I think all of us really need to be educated today on the importance of news literacy, identifying real news versus fake news, knowing when something is inaccurate information.
Yeah, we got a section on the website right now, more stories and more on the News Literacy Project. It's got a lot of engaging content on that website, quizzes you can take to see just how news literate you are, and also examples of real fake stories, recent stories that have been shared widely that turn out not to be true at all. So now at Kenwood High School, I assume that some of the students might want to do some kind of story on their own, something soft, maybe a profile of a school employee. Instead, they had a lot of questions about this new way that the Baltimore County Public School System is trying to make them safe, training educators and students to respond in the event of a school shooting. That's what they wanted to do a story about, so we all kind of did it together, and we'll have that for you tomorrow on Good Morning Maryland. But you heard them in the piece. They're just ready to go.
I know. How
They're
much
smart
did you love
kids.
that? I know you
Oh,
love
it was
that.
great.
Yeah.
I love it. And we're going to do that again next year as well.
Nice.
And we'll continue working with those kids. I'm trying to figure out how we can get them here. Yeah, I guess for them it would be like a field trip from their school.
They'd
So we
love
gotta
that.
we gotta work that out.
That's
We'll
awesome.
get them. They were great.
We might work with some of them one day.
They might be my boss. The way they're pretty close to it already. So anyway, one of the things we got on the news, if those kids are watching this morning, is the weather.
Yeah.